Welcome back to a new episode of the Peak Signing Agents podcast and YouTube channel with me, your host, DVO, Derek Van Otten. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here to help you become the best notary and signing agent that you can possibly be. Well, part of our job as signing agents is once we get the documents signed, we need to ship them out, right? That's part of the job. So I want to talk about packaging up those documents and shipping them out. I also want to just preface this episode by saying it might be a little easier to digest from YouTube because I'm going to show you some examples of shipping packages here. But so if you haven't yet, go to YouTube and subscribe. And then on podcast platforms, if you don't mind, also subscribing there or following whatever the platform wants you to do. I'd appreciate if you could do that for me. All right, so let's get into this. We're going to ship them out. As another preface at the beginning of this episode, I just want to say, please be very aware of the disbursement dates on the documents. I've done a whole episode about it. But again, watch the disbursement dates. Make sure you are shipping them out on time so they get to their destination. Know your last pickup times for FedEx and UPS. Now, yesterday, I just went to FedEx to ship out some documents for a client who is like 4 hours away, so I don't drop them off with them. But I did grab some packaging, okay? And like I said, I was at FedEx, so I got some FedEx. FedEx, you've got a couple choices. You've got these cardboard envelopes, and you've got these bags, these poly packs, these poly bags, okay? Kind of a plasticky feel to them. UPS has the same things. These are free. These are included with your return label. I want to talk about these envelopes because I have had issues with these cardboard thin envelopes. Number one, they are not made to hold a 200-page, 175-page, 150-page loan document. These are nearly paper thin. And you want to put 150 pages inside of it? It's not going to fit so well. All right? It's just not made for that. FedEx has known in the past of their adhesive issues. What do you mean adhesive issues? Well, on these envelopes and on these polybacks are little wax strips that you peel off and they self-stick close. Think of it like an envelope at the post office. How do you close it? Usually, back in the days, you would lick it and then seal it. However, now sometimes they have like a little peel strip, and then you can close, and it will has its own adhesive that will help it stay shut. FedEx has known in the past that these are not the best, and that they will open. They will open. I've done a whole episode in the past about what happens if UPS or FedEx lose the package, the documents. That has happened to me. Sometimes the little one has its own little clear sleeve to put the return label in. I am noticing when I open up that little pocket that this whole thing is just peeling off. So the shipping label might fall off. A little scary. So I want to talk about that, how to properly package these, because if you are putting 150, 170, 200 pages in these thin envelopes, it is going to burst open during shipment and the documents will get lost. The driver, the FedEx UPS driver, if they catch it, they'll do their best to maybe put it back together and seal it, but they have a job to do. Their job is to get things delivered. They have a full truck full of packages they're trying to get delivered. Your one little thing here is not on their priority list, unfortunately. We've all seen videos of fed up and tired FedEx and UPS drivers just kicking boxes around because they're just fed up with it all. So these envelopes are just maybe for like a seller packet or a one-off documents or something not too big of a packet. That's what these are for. If I use these envelopes, I'm going to give you guys some tips on what I do. So what I do is if I put a few pages in here and I seal it closed, I also grab their packing tape, their shipping tape, and I run some tape across it to help keep it closed. Same with the return label. They might put it in a pouch and stick it on there. I'll have run some masking tape, shipping tape, whatever, and I'll have them run that across. It just helps it stay on. I know FedEx knows of these issues because when I would give them the return label, the shipping label, they would just stick it on with the shipping tape, that packing tape. They will tape it on. And I'll say, why don't you just put it in one of those pouches? And they say, oh, they fall off all the time. They get rubbed off all the time. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So that's why I always have them put tape on it to seal it down so that the shipping label doesn't rub off, and now that's lost as well. So that's not happening. So that is what I do when I put this in. Now, some people think, well, what do I do when it's 150 pages? Am I going to put it in the poly pack? Because then the documents are sliding around. Should I put a rubber band around it? Is that something that I should do? Put a rubber band around it? I'll tell you, I've been inside offices when documents have arrived, at title offices when documents have arrived, and they don't like the rubber band around it. So what I do is I just leave the clip, the binder clip. I just leave the binder clip on the documents, and then I put it in the poly pack. What's nice about the poly pack are they do have a nice thickness to it. So it's not like paper. FedEx does have some paper feeling ones. I don't use those. I think maybe even UPS has some paper feeling type of packs. I don't use those. I use these poly packs that are, this polyurethane, this plasticky type of feel. They're going to be stronger. So I put it there. Another good benefit to these are they're going to be a lot more weather resistant. These cardboard are literally paper. So if there's bad weather, there gets water in the UPS or FedEx truck, it gets some rain, some snow on it, it's going to seep through this and get onto the documents and ruin the documents. So I leave the binder clip on the documents, put them in a poly pack. Another thing that I might do, especially when I know it's bad weather, or especially I just want to keep everything really safe, I double bag it. That is actually what I like to do. I'll put the documents in the cardboard one just because it's a little more firm and it'll keep the documents in order as long as it fits. And then I put it inside of the poly pack and I seal that. I just double sealed it. So I put it in the envelope, rip the adhesive tape off, put it shut, then put it inside the poly pack. And the poly pack has 2 strips a lot of times. And I remove both of those strips just to make it extra sticky. They're actually made for is if you close it once, you're like, oh, I forgot something. You can open it and then reseal it again. Nope. I peel off both strips, close it tight. This thing is secure. I have never had a client. And I did share a story about that, how it busted open one time on me. And then finally the driver went back and said, oh, I found all these documents in my truck. Yeah, because I wasn't properly sealing them. Once I did this, never had an issue. I double bag it. If you can double bag it, use the poly packs. Yeah, these envelopes are not made to store lots of documents. I mean, and if you get there, like I said, what if you get there and they're like, we don't have any poly packs. We're out. Try to go to a different location. They have the boxes as well. They do have some boxes. But those are my tips, how to package them, get the documents to arrive undamaged, all there, none missing. That's my tip for you, so that also the shipping label doesn't get rubbed off in all the packages. Have them tape it on. I have them tape it closed sometimes too. Even if it's like a seller packet with a few pages, I'll have them put tape on it to seal it extra tight. I just want the documents to arrive, all the documents to arrive at the title company. All right, I hope that helps you. Again, another thing too, I put the binder clip to keep them on, to keep them all in order, to keep them shuffling around, especially if you have a mix of letter and legal size. I'm putting the binder clip to just keep it all in order, all there. It's going to arrive on time, in good shape. You're watching the disbursement date so that you make sure you're getting there. You know all the locations for UPS and FedEx. You know all the pickup times. It's better to plan earlier than later. I have a closing on actually, I'm recording this on Saturday. I have a closing today. It has to be back to title on Monday. And I just said, what time is the last pickup? And the notary told me 2:30 on a Saturday. I told title, hey, last pickup is on Tuesday. Last pickup is at 2 p.m. So tell your lender, or you tell your client that they need to sign earlier. The notary told me the last pickup is 2:30. I told title the last pickup is at 2. So we need to schedule this early so it makes it. So I always plan earlier than later. I hope this helps you get your documents on time. You will be a peak signing agent if you know how to package them properly, how to get the documents to their destination without falling apart, all together, in order, in pristine shape. You are a rock star. Talk to you next episode. Bye.